Come on, we know you're out there. We know you're out there. We're watching. We're looking for you. There's one. Hello, good morning. And maybe another one or two. Hey. Now we're getting some folks in here. Well, good morning and welcome back to the Art of Fire Facebook Live show. And today we've got blown glass ornaments. Good morning, Lynn. Good to see you here. 7 of you. All right, let's get it rolling, folks. Good morning, Patrick. Glad to be away from the camera, are you? Good morning, Brian from Sugarland. Okay, so I'm Bruce Ferguson. I'll have the camera in my hand today and giving you the narration. Hello, Matthew. And today's focus is on blown glass ornaments. So we give you a little review of what we have here, and we'll get underway. First of all, I'd like to tell you, please like, share, and comment. The sharing really helps us a lot. It expands our viewership, and the more people that see this, the happier we are. Also like to say that since we're getting started into the holiday season this week, this is a great place for gifting. So we can sell you gift certificates if you'd like to let someone else pick out a glass item. You can also do custom orders. So meet your holiday giving needs here. We don't have the PlayStation 4 or stuff like that, but we've got beautiful glass. So let's take a quick look at what we're going to do today. And here we go. So cane ball ornament with what we call a flat twist. We'll be making a pickle. Another cane ball with a design called filigrana, and then a snowball, an elf, and an icicle. You can tell we're really getting into it. So let's see what we've got here. We got the cane ball with a flat twist first, and I'll show you up close and personal a few of those. So the cane there is twisted. One side of it is a color and the other side is white. Then when it's flattened out and twisted, that's how we get that. After that, we're going to move on to a pickle. And we'll talk about the pickles in just a moment, but there's a pickle all right. The cane ball with the filigrana is a little more delicate web pattern than the white cane, usually accompanied by either a single color or in some cases we can actually do multiple colors on it. And those are the cane balls with the filigrana. The snowballs are right down here on the front. They're numbered 11 and 12 right there. And we'll see a demonstration later and explain more about how they're made. And new to the studio this year are the elves. So we just started making these earlier this week, and they seem to be quite popular. You can get a red or a green cap on it. And then the last thing we'll show you today is the icicle. So order yours, and you can see it made at some point. Order it, and we'll send it anyway. Mary Beth Morgan, I'm not sure about a Scottish tradition pickle. I am aware of German, and we'll talk about that in a moment. Our ornaments are $36. Cane balls are $55. The elves are $40. The pickle is $38. Icicles also, and then orbs. We're not demonstrating an orb today, but this is Foster's signature piece here. And you can see the beautiful color design that stretches out inside the ornament. So those are the orbs. And like I said, we're not going to make those today, but you'll be able to order them. You can see them online. And right above that, in case you're interested, are the diamond optic ornaments, okay? We also have some multicolor ones up here on the top. I'll be showing you all of these during the course of the day, and also you can check us out on the catalog. But let's go ahead and see about getting started here. So first up is going to be the filigrana cane ball, and that's going to be Josh. So let's hear it for Josh. Yay! All right. Josh, you want to give us a little heads up on what's going on here?
Okay, well come on over. I'll show you what we're going to be using first. So in a previous session we made what's called cane, which is just rods of glass. This one we actually, when we pull it, we actually twist it so we get that really cool design. Whereas this one's just a white, solid white. And we're gonna lay these out onto a plate and actually turn these eventually into a cylinder. And that cylinder we'll use to make the ornaments. So this is an old process How long ago, Bruce, did they come up with this?
I don't know. I'm not that old. It wasn't part of my upbringing. I'm gonna guess probably at least 500 years. No, not 500. Maybe 300.
I think about 300 when they
300. Okay. Good morning, Carol Ann. Welcome aboard. All right. So Josh has got his first gathered. What he's going to do here in just a moment is pop a bubble all the way through the end of that. He's let the glass fall way back on the pipe. He's going to bend down now, blow real hard, and the glass explodes off the end. That's why I put it in the glory hole. And now there's a hole right dead center. This is known as making a collar, okay? By using his jack blade, he'll open up the interior of that, and then he's just going to keep shaping it so that he'll be able to pick up the cane on that collar. Foster's in process of bringing the canes over, and I'm going to get the door for him, so hold on, buddy.
Yeah, I should have done that ahead of time.
Yeah, well, that's all right. That's what we're here for, right? Kind of hard with one hand on the camera, but here. Almost impossible. Yeah. Okay, I think he's got that. All right, so these canes have to be pre-warmed. They're at room temperature right now. And so Foster's putting them into the glory hole, and he's not going to take them all the way up to 2,000 degrees. So got a spare? Yes, he has a spare. So this is what we call thermal shocking, which is a great science lesson since we love to have some of that. You can see that one of the white canes there burst when it went in. And that's caused by going from room temperature to 2,000 degrees in the blink of an eye. So by going in slowly and everything, will be able to accommodate those temperatures a little better. Foster will probably move the plate back and forth a little bit just to introduce the heat slowly. So anyway, off we go with the canes to be done.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to happen, hence the reason for the spare ones.
Ah!
Those canes were a little bit thicker.
Okay.
You can usually get away with thinner canes not breaking. Sometimes the thicker ones will have a tendency to break.
So on either side of the edge of the plate are a couple of metal bars that we call ferretti, and those hold the round canes in place. Now you can notice that Foster is not pushing it all the way up into the glory hole yet. It's a little bit cooler right there where he is, and as he goes in gently and moves it around some, it'll heat gradually and all the canes will be happy campers. So the next step after that, after it's all fused together, is to pick them up.
I like this. Usually I'm the one heating it.
Yeah, Josh usually makes these alone, so you can see over here that he's got his collar in the pipe warmer staying warm, and normally he runs the plate back and forth, and he usually does these when he's here by himself. So anyway, he's got Foster working on that for him. Think of those canes as like a sheet of pencils that gets fused together, and then just imagine when you put a collar onto this at one edge and start turning, that the sheet rolls up, and that's how it forms a tube. And then after the tube is formed, Josh can close it off. He'll actually cut this one in half. He'll be making 2 ornaments out of this. I don't know if he'll do both of them right now or if he'll just do one later. Those canes are about 7 inches long, so that's enough cane right there to make 2 nice ornaments. So they're keeping an eye on it in the glory hole. Big powwow conference going on as soon as they get it ready. And this sometimes takes just a minute or two. They'll put it on the bench and Josh will roll it up. So the trick in rolling the cane up is to make sure that you get the whole thing fused together, and then as you roll it, you want the 2 ends to meet. So he'll pick it up on the narrow edge, and then he'll roll, and the 2 long edges will meet. It also means when you lay the canes out, we're using eyeballs or pie dividers today. We're using eyeballs, Ted. Will there be snorkeling? Not today, Eric, but one of these days we will. We'll show snorkeling one of these episodes. Okay, so when they decide that this is fused together well enough, Foster will take it back to the bench and Josh will grab his collar, which is on the blowpipe. So as Foster brings this back, you can see the long dimension is pointing toward Foster. Josh touches up to the canes and begins to turn. And then the canes roll up, and then they'll come around, and they won't quite touch up all the way yet, but he'll make them do that with his tweezers. So by taking the tweezers and moving the canes around, he can keep them fused together. And there we go. He's got just a little bit more to do on that. It's kind of touch and go right here for a minute. Oh, Bridget says the party can start now. She's here. Oh, we've been partying hardy already, let me tell you. Okay, so now it's just a matter of getting the canes lined up like he wants them, getting them fused into a tube, and then the blowing can begin. Yes, David, it is economical. And like I said, he'll actually make 2 ornaments out of this. You're going to make both of them today, Josh, or just leave one stuck in the annealer?
I might do one behind the scenes while Todd's making his.
Ah, okay. So as I mentioned, the canes there are about 7 inches long. He only needs about half of that to make the ornament and blow it out. And you can notice the spacing right now between the 2 end canes. So it's really kind of interesting that when you lay out the canes on that plate, you have to make sure that the pattern's correct, because he wouldn't want 2 white ones coming together on the outside edges or 2 of the flat canes. And as you can see, of course he did it perfectly. He's got a flattened cane on one end, he's got the white on the other, and then he'll just bring it back together and start joining them up. And they're still not sealed, okay, all the way on the inside, and they won't be. That's so he can create a tube to blow into. Yes, Patrick, Josh does make it look very easy. It's not quite as easy this morning as it usually is for him. He's usually got this, but a couple of the canes were a little bit extra hot, and so they didn't want to cooperate and just like roll up with all their neighbors. But now he's got it all together, and I hold it up so we can look down the tube. And there we go, there's the open, okay, great, thank you, Josh. So there we go with a tube of canes. Now, when you've watched us make pieces before, you've seen that we'll gather glass and we'll blow an air bubble into it. Well, with this tube right here, we can't blow an air bubble in it. Well, we can, but it'd just be air escaping the other end, which does us no good. So once Josh rolls this on the marver a little bit and gets it all sealed together, he'll cut a line, a jack line right in the middle, and that's where the 2 tubes will separate, and then he'll be able to close the tube and blow. So here we go. There's the long tube. Here's the jack line or crease that's going to allow him to separate them. And each of those is sufficient for a beautiful ornament. He's going to clip a little bit off, and then he'll knock off the outboard or tube that's toward the outside. And then Foster will put that away in the annealer, and then later on Josh can take another blowpipe with a collar on it and pick that up in the opening he created. So it's very, very efficient. Johanna, very good to see you today. Welcome from the UK. Okay, from the UK. That's terrible. Yeah. So Josh is going to break that free now. Then Foster will grab it with the tweezers, put it in the annealer for later use. Now, has that sealed? Yeah. Okay, there we go. So now he has a closed tube and he can begin the blowing process. And this again, in case you're just joining us, this is a cane ornament made with what we call a flat cane. I've got a sample of one right here that Josh showed you. If you're coming in late, this is what it looks like. It's got color on one side and then white on the other, which is flattened, and then when it's twisted, you get this alternating pattern, in this case, purple and white. Do we make glass candy canes? Funny you should ask. Yes, we do. I have some candy cane canes in the back, but we're not going to work them into today's episode, but perhaps at a later date, we'll show you how we can make candy canes. Also, we can use the candy cane pattern to make cups. Last year, I'm proud to say, I made my daughter and her husband a couple of martini glasses that were made with candy cane.
And what did she make? She made...
They make peppermint martinis.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it is. For the winter holidays, it's perfect. Okay, hello, Jennifer. All right, so it's got a little bit of air started in it. You'll see him cut the jack line into it. This will be the point of separation. And then blowing out the sphere for the ornaments. By using the back of the jacks on the bottom of the piece, he makes sure that it stays a little cooler so it doesn't blow out oblong. He's going to inflate it once more. He took the heat out of the bottom with the back of the jack handle, and then when he puts the whole thing in the glory hole, the bottom's not quite as hot as it would have been otherwise. Then when he takes it out and gives it a little bit of air, it'll blow up just fine. Here's another interesting thing about the physics of glass, if you will. He's holding the pipe nearly horizontal. When we hold the pipe horizontal, we get much closer to a sphere. If we angle the pipe toward the ground and blow, the sphere elongates. And if we point it up in the air, it shortens. And there's a perfect sphere. And then in about 5 seconds, after a little bit of a reheat, he'll clip it off into the holder there. He's not cutting the glass, he's creating a fracture point. We don't actually cut through. It's the tap of the pipe that makes the glass break free. The shears actually chilled the glass. Yes, Liz, peppermint martini is really good. All right, and here we go with the hook. Now he'll pull up gently, because if we go too fast, the glass thins out, and he'll shape his hook. And now he'll take it over and put it in the annealer. And as we explained, yeah, let's get a good shot of that. Very beautiful. There's your flattened cane ornaments. So now, into the annealer it goes. And we'll be moving on to Todd in a moment. But first, we'll go back up here and talk about what we've got a little bit. 1 minute? Okay. So, you've seen the cane ball with a flat twist, and next is going to be the pickle. So here's the deal on the pickle as I understand it. It's an old tradition, and I believe it started in Germany. And the idea was that the last ornament to be hung on a tree during the holidays would be a pickle. And it was typically stuck in an obscure place. And then the children the next day would come and look for the pickle. And whoever it was that found it got a special gift or was supposed to have good luck for the next year. So this is a tradition that's been around for quite some time, and Todd's going to make this pickle for us in just one moment. So again, I'd like to congratulate Jennifer Fine Koselev. She won our stemless wine glasses last week, and we've got loads and loads of ornaments today. This is a sample. In fact, this is the same thing Josh just made, a purple flat twist cane ball. Todd's going to make the pickle next. We're going to have some of these that have the real fine filigrana. We're not demonstrating the diamond optic balls today, but these are beautiful ornaments. We've got the orbs down here, which are a Foster signature piece. We've got ornaments that have twists in them with a holly themed color, multiple colors. We've got a little bit of everything under the sun. And I'm even going to cover this front table for you just real quick. Like, these are one of a kind here. And so we don't have duplicates of these. So if you'd like to order one, do so, but mention the number associated with the ornament. So we've got them with twisted frit. Those are all 1, 2, and 3 are samples of that. Number 4 back there is another coating of gold glass. Purple, and this is blown in an optic mold and twisted. Number 6 has an overlay of clear glass and twisted. 7 is really interesting. You've seen something like this before. This is actually a crackle finish. And Todd will be demonstrating one with something like that a little bit later. We've got a variety of colors with a white background and then frit twists on it. Number 9 is a special holiday themed diamond optic, which has white, red, and green in it. And let's see, here are the snowballs up front, which you'll see in a little bit, 11 and 12. 13 and 14 are really interesting pieces. They're done with powder, and the layers of powder push through each other. For instance, in number 14, red was the last color added to the mix, and the green and the white pushed through. So that's that, and we'd like to encourage you to place orders if you'd like any of these. You can give gift certificates, and if you place your order at the right time, you can see yours made. All right, so let's walk on over, and we've talked about the history of the pickle ornament, and Todd's going to make one. I would assume you've got some green on the end of the pipe?
Yes, this is the aventurine green. This is an opaque dark green with a little bit of goldstone in it. It's hard to see up close in the camera, even just in the studio lights right now. But I picked this piece of color up on the end of the pipe, melted it. I have a little bubble in there right now, that's why it's got that little cone shape to it. I'm going to put a gather of clear glass over this, and we're going to just start to inflate it partially. I'll use the hand tools to put a little pickle surface.
Okay. Alrighty.
Here we go.
So, well, hello, Brian and Joanna. Yes, it is interesting. Yes, Ted, we actually have tried a couple ornaments with the honeycomb pattern. I personally like the diamond optic a little bit better, but hey, everybody has a different take on it.
We'll do a diamond optic a little bit later too.
Yeah, okay.
Bubble optics on it. We'll get this to blow out just a little bit.
So you can see Todd marvering the glass. The pressurized air goes in, and that dark green core, which naturally appears orange because of the heat, has expanded inside. Rolling on the marver, he's going to lengthen it some and start working this toward the shape that he wants. All righty.
That will fit in that optic mold a lot better.
Okay. Todd's getting just enough heat in this, so it'll be just perfect for the next step. And that's something you learn as you go along in the glass blowing, is how much heat you need for any given step. The blow in the optic mold will put ridges in it, which is something you would kind of see on a pickle. And then it'll show us how he plays with those ridges to get the actual kind of spiky look on the pickles. Remember to comment, like. We feel good when you like us. So now he's snipping those ridges, and this is what's going to give the pickle its distinctive look. And in fact, you saw him make a vase several weeks ago, if you were with us, where he did something very similar, but I think in that case he used the tweezers to pinch the ridges together. but it's the same idea. So this won't be blown out into a sphere. This will be left long. He'll put a little bit of extra air in it though, so that when he wants to, he can swing it out and elongate it. Oh, so as I started saying, please share, like, and comment. The sharing really helps us, and that'll get us more viewers, and we're really after that. Also, I'd like to mention that we have gift certificates available. If you don't know exactly what you might want to get someone, that's a great way to let them pick out something they want. So now Todd is letting gravity elongate it in a little bit of a swing. Noticed it wasn't real adventuresome. The hot glass moves right on out. Thank you, Matthew. Appreciate the sharing. Appreciate a notification that you did share it. That's really cool. Thank you. All right, so he's cut the jack line into it, and we can see the pickle taking shape. Bridget Blakemore shared it. Hey, this is great, guys. Thank you. Because I'm not going to say you got more friends than we do, but Todd nods his head, yes, you probably do. But the more people you share it with, and the further online this goes, the more people that get to watch what we're doing here. So you can notice that the lower part of this pickle is hot, the upper part is not. That was intentional. And that helps it. And you can see where the pinches were with the shears into the pickle. All right. Now, since the pickle doesn't stand up quite as well in the regular ornament holder, Todd's got it into something that'll support it. He'll bring some clear glass over and hook it up. And remember, we're in the season of holiday giving, so if you want to give somebody an ornament, get online with us, artofire.com. You can call us at 301-253-6642. Place your orders and we'll get them made. And if you'd like to see one made while you're watching, just let us know and we'll arrange that. Todd's going to complete the hook there with his tweezers. And then he has a small tool also to put in there. He'll grab it by the hook and put it away. Ta-da! And there's a pickle. All right. Okay. Better to have a pickle than be pickled. All right, here we go. Okay, ta-da. Yeah, that was kind of lame, but hey, got to try something. All right, so thank you, Todd. So let's come on back over here and see what else is going on. Looks like Foster's reading the Book of Ornaments. Oh no, he's got a piece of cardboard. Okay, so, we're doing this so we can get a little better view of our elves. This is something new we started just this last week. And thank you, Foster. That really does help out a lot. So now you can really see the elves. We'll get to that in a few minutes when we're making others. So let's see what we've got over here. We did the cane ball with the flat twist. We've done the pickle. Next is going to be cane ball with filigrana, which is a slightly different pattern of the canes. So that's coming up next. Let's go over here and look at one. This is a pattern of filigrana. So you can see the white there has multiple pieces of white cane, 10 of them, that are then twisted up and give you that really beautiful lace work pattern. And this one happens to be red. We can also do them with multiple colors. This one has red, green, gold, and blue in it. So we can do that with the filigranas. And so some of the other things we have here, you've seen the flattened cane. There's the orbs. These are special pieces. I'm going to, one of a kind, I'm just going to go through them slowly so you can see them. If you'd like to order one, I'll show you that this guy whose sign fell down. That's almost a TV show, Seinfeld. Anyway, number 2. God, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. All right, 4 and 5, here's 6. 7 is another one of the crackled. 8 and 9, 10 back there. So you can specify the number with any of these and order these online. And I've shown you the elves already. Here are the icicles, and here is, oh no, somebody hid the pickle. Well, that's our giveaway this week, folks. Somewhere in the studio is the pickle that was on display. And whoever is the first person to identify its location will win it. Now, you can't just say, I see the pickle. You're going to have to tell us where it is in relation to something. For instance, you can't tell us that it would be on the front of Foster's shirt, which it's not in this case. But when you see it, you comment and you tell us where it is in the studio, okay? So that's what's coming up. That's your giveaway this week. Not a random drawing. It's who's got their eyes open to see the pickle and where it is in the studio. Theta will be the judge of that. She'll be watching the comments, because while I have the camera and dancing around the guys with hot glass, I sometimes miss the comments. So let's go on back here right now. Just keep your eyes open as we broadcast. All right, so Josh is now making another collar. Same thing as he did before. He's got the collar there to pick it up. And over here are his canes that he'll use. In the middle right there, those white ones, that's the twisted filigrana. There's actually 10 pieces of white in each of those that are then twisted really fine. And it looks like you've got red, green, gold, and blue, or purple?
Blue.
Blue, okay. So again, he needs to be pretty careful on the layout, because he doesn't want two reds together. He wants them opposite each other. So let's watch the master at work. Notice they're going between the white canes, the filigrana, and then all he has to do is repeat the pattern going down the rest of the way. You'll also notice on this left edge, as we look at it, he has a filigrana. And on the far right edge, he's got a solid color cane. That's so when the sheet rolls up and makes a tube, he'll have the color next to the filigrana. This plate is already warmed up a little bit from its last use, so we're in less danger of the canes cracking. And also, Josh has thinner canes this time. So he's going to take that multicolored stuff, and he's going to show us how this works as a one-man band.
Foster doesn't want me to get spoiled.
Oh, okay.
Has anybody found it yet?
Nobody's found it yet. We had a guess that it's in the sprayer next to the display table, but no, it's not. We could have our own version of the Gong Show here, but I'm guessing Josh doesn't know what the Gong Show was.
America's least exciting game show.
How about the unknown comet?
The unknown comic? Did he wear a bag on his head?
Yes, he did. There you go. Now we're cooking. No, it's not over the No Kid Hungry sign. I apologize for that. Those are not pickles. Those are witch traps that have been up there for quite some time. And that one is kind of a gourd, but it does look a little like a pickle, only the one that we took off of the display over there is probably about 5 inches long or so. So these are not they. Okay, is it with Theta? No, this is not 20 questions, okay? It's not bigger than a bread box, okay? I'll tell you that, and I'll tell you you can't eat it, okay? That still doesn't give you a clue as to the location, but I promise you, as the day goes on, you will see it if you're observant. But I know you're more interested in how Josh does this alone at the moment. Foster is too. So he's got the canes in there heating up, And because he can't grab that hot door or the hot plate, he's got that metal rod that he's pushing things along. In a moment, he'll open the door and bring it back. There'll be enough residual heat in the canes that when he does bring it back to the bench, he'll probably have about 40 seconds or so or more, so he can go and pick up the collar. So here are the canes on the plate, and Josh will bring the collar on. He'll lay it to one side or the other, probably the left, and then he starts rolling. And now the canes come up like a fused sheet. He brings them over, and he doesn't need to have them seal up when he rolls it. He can do that with his tweezers. The pickle is on the pickle holder. Yes, it is, but you have to give it to us in relation to where it is. Like, is it sitting on top of the shroud? And the answer is no. Is it hanging with the hooks that Josh uses to open the door? No. And I'll say again, it's not at the Art of Fire or the No Kid Hungry sign. You see those pieces up above, those are not the pickle, and I apologize for not pointing that out to you earlier. Okay, so he's getting this all hooked up for us. Going to close the tube, and this again is long enough to make 2 ornaments. So he will. One of them he'll make now, and then probably the other. Because that's the one I use to film with, and I'm going to ignore the call. I mean the holder you break them off on from the pipe. Well, this is the holder that Todd used, and this is the holder that Josh uses. Hello, Tracy Calkins Roll. Okay, so Josh has cut the line to separate the tube in half. He's going to knock the one off onto the marver. And then he'll take that and he'll place it into the annealer. And what he'll do is put the closed end facing down so that the open end is facing up. And then when he gets another collar later on, he'll be able to pick it up right away. And then here we go with the process of making his ornament. Get it all sealed, close it together, and start blowing. And I will tell you that sometime within the last 30 seconds, I showed the pickle. So it's out there.
And in that sentence, there was even a hint.
What's that?
In that sentence, there was even a hint.
Yes, there was. Okay, so we're going to get enough heat in this to manipulate, and he's going to roll it on the marver just to keep things straight. Now, it may seem a little odd, but you got to be really careful when you're marvering cane like that it doesn't start to twist unless you want it to. And in this case, we don't. So a little bit of air in it, and then it'll be more heat and back to the bench for a jack line and some blowing. Remember to like, share, comment. If you are the commenter that identifies where the pickle is hanging in relation, and I just gave part of it away right there, because it is hanging, it's not laying on something like a tabletop, okay? It's not laying on something. So Josh now is blowing out the ornament. He's going to cut the jack line down a little bit, and just as he did before, use the metal on the back of the tweezers, jacks, to chill the bottom. No, Ted, it's not on the number 3 Marver. It's, folks, it's not on anything. It's near something and it's in midair. I'm not going to make you wait forever. Oh man, I had to pause to take a call and now I don't know where the pickle is. Well, guess what, Matthew? You're still in the running. You can find the pickle because nobody else has so far. But since you just joined us, I'll tell you the same thing I told the others. It is not on anything. And there we go with the beautiful color pattern while everybody's distracted about pickles,
and you
right?
can see this stripe's actually that bright Christmas red.
Okay. So now that he's got the ornament made, he'll knock that off into the holder, make a hook and put it away. It is beautiful. It is beautiful, Carrie. Let's get a close-up on that. You can see those colors really starting to pop right now. Yes, indeed. Love the pattern. We do too. It's one of my favorite ornaments. Here we go with the hook. Kevin says that he called to place an order and Theta recognized his voice from Sterling, New York. How about that?
There you go.
She's the only one around here with a decent memory. The rest of us forget everything. So there we go with another beautiful ornament. Let's give it up for Josh. Come on, let's see some thumbs up, some hearts, some likes, the whole Suzanne Cox. It is hanging by the clock.
She got it.
Yay! I went back and forth across that several times, and here it is, right in front of the clock. Okie doke. Now, like I said, I don't think anybody beat you to that, but Theta will be the judge. She sees more of the comments than I do, so she can tell us if Suzanne is actually the first. But great with the eagle eyes. Okie doke, folks. Thank you, Josh. That was really cool.
And congratulations.
Yes, and he did it all by himself, a one-man band. Okay, let's do a quick review over here. You're picking up the color for the snowball?
Yeah, I've just got the black that I'm melting right now. That's all I'm doing right now.
Okay.
And I'll put a bubble in shortly.
Okie doke. So the snowball is this right here. Okay. And this is a crackle effect. So Todd will be using a couple of different colors. He'll have a base color, which will be on the inside. And then on the top of that, he'll probably be putting white. I think he's got black on the inside, he said. And then once he puts it down into a bucket of water, he'll blow it out and the crackling effect will take place. So let's review a little bit about what we've got here. Well, Foster's manning the cardboard right now, so let's give you a good look at the elves. These are something new for us. We just started making these this week. So you can get them with red or green. And we've already got a lot of orders for them, and we'd be happy to have many more. So those are the elves, and next to them are the icicles. And let's see what else that we're making today. I showed you, and Todd is making the snowball, and the elf will be after that. Here's some of the things you've already seen. Here's the filigrana ornament. Actually, this is the one that, like Josh just made, with the multiple colors in it. And here is one with a twisted flat cane, and that's the purple is just exactly like he made. We have them also with a holly color pattern in them with twisted. We're not making that today, but it's nice to show you the different things that we have. Here are the diamond optic ornaments, and then the orbs, the pieces that Foster's specialty. And across the front here, we've got a series of one-of-a-kind. So we've got some twisted frit in a couple of variations, 1, 2, and 3. Some optic twists, number 5. Back there is 4, coated with a special gold glass. 6 and 7. 8, 9, and 10 are kind of holly themed again. And I can see that Todd's already about business, so we'll come back to that in a minute. Can you please add number 11 to the order? He just noticed it. Thank you, Kevin. So number 11 is actually what you're going to see Todd make right now, but with two different colors. So thank you very much, Kevin. We really appreciate that. There it is in the beautiful white and green. Todd's going to do a slightly different coloration on this one he's demonstrating. The holly pattern is very cool. Yeah, we really like that. And we've got, was heating up the color there. I'll show you a couple variations on it. This is a neat one where the holly pattern, the colors go around the middle of the ornament and then are twisted. And it gives it a real nice design. And this is very much reminiscent of the same thing. It's got the white background in it with the red and the green. This one has some multiple colors in it, adding a little bit to the green, red and green palette. But this one back here, this diamond optic ornament with the red, green, and white is really special. So these are one of a kind here on the front. And if you'd like one, do like Kevin just did. Specify the number, tell Theta that's what you want, and it'll be yours. Ah, somebody bought number 9 also.
That's Kevin.
9 and 11, right?
9, 11, and 13.
9, 11, and 13. Is number 4 still available? Stacy, yes it is.
It is.
Okay, and Theta, you want to answer her with the cost? Yes, she did right away. I'll tell you what, Theta is faster with those thumbs than a 12-year-old. She really is. She's got to, because she's got to keep up with Violet, right? Only Violet's 11. 12. She is 12. I was right.
12, yeah.
Theta has the thumbs of a 12-year-old. There you go. She's all over that keyboard. And just to recap the prices a little bit, ornaments at 36, cane balls at 55. The elves are 40, pickles are 38, icicles 38, and the orbs 40. All of our ornaments are online, artoffire.com. Check out our catalog. You can place orders there. You can call us at 301-253-6642 and place an order here. And we'll even take email or any other way you want. We don't have the facility to accommodate carrier pigeons. The hanging holly ornament is holly green color. It's got the green in it. It's got the green and the red on the white background and swirl.
The holly ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
And let's go on back over here and find Susan's pickle, which Josh is going to rehang in the display area. There you go. And now you can see the aventurine color, perhaps. It's a sparkly effect from the mica in it.
Let's get some better light.
All right, now Todd has his black color base, and he's covering this with white right now. So once he goes through the crackle process, that's when you'll see the interior color rise to the surface.
This is Christmas red.
Oh, I'm sorry, Christmas red it is. Okay. And I'm sure Theta's watching, Gabby, but if Stacy doesn't order number 4 and you would like to, I'm sure it's there. And here's the beauty of it. Todd made those and he could do it again.
Make more.
So, both of you can have one. You just both can't have that one. But, Gabby, if you would like it. Suzanne said my clue of 30 seconds ago helped her figure it out. Makes me feel good. Okay, so Todd's got air going into that now, and while he swings that out and gets ready for shaping in the next heat, I'm going to show you a couple of these that have sold. But really, anybody else that wants in on the game with number 4, Gabby, anybody else, tell us you want that and we'll get one made. Also the same with number 9, the diamond optic back here with the red, green, and white, and number 11 here with this beautiful color pattern in the crackle finish. We can make any of these over and over and over and over ad infinitum. And by the way, thanks to all of you for helping participate in our fundraiser last week for No Kids Hungry. It was our pleasure to make those pieces. So now Todd's got the optic pattern in there. And here's his trusty bucket of water. Well, hello, Michael Herman. Good to have you aboard.
Hey,
Michael.
Yeah,
Michael.
Lord!
Okay, so here we go. Into the water, and then that crackles it, and that's what will bring the Christmas red out to the surface. You can see the surface splitting apart, and that's how we get that design in it. And if some of you were wondering why we all yell and scream when Michael Herman shows up, it's because he's part of the family here. You want to say hi to Michael?
Hey, Michael. How you
Yeah.
doing, my friend? Good to have you with us.
Michael got his start here years ago, and he's been all over the world with his glass blowing, in the Netherlands now. And so we really like to see him. In fact, Michael, if you have the time sometime, I'd like to know what it was you and Ries were putting on that piece that was on Facebook that had, you all had face masks on and it looked like it was flaming. Really cool looking work. Anyway, we're really proud to have somebody from the studio traveling the world and doing his own glass blowing thing.
Not the only one.
Not the only one. So, you saw Todd with the newspaper there, with cooling the bottom. Saved the same purpose as what Josh did with the back of the jacks. So we're multi-talented here. We can use most anything. Again, see him holding the iron horizontal or a little above. This is what keeps the spherical shape. Were he to point that down, it would get oblong, kind of like the pickle. And that's not the object here. So to keep that nice spherical shape, he holds it up in the air like that. And there we go with the jack line. So there is your crackle with it's a Christmas red poking through the white. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so a little bit of heat just to keep it warm. All he needs is about 30 or 40 seconds to get the hook on. Again, we don't cut the glass, we chill it. And then by tapping the blowing iron, it falls off into the cradle. A little bit of clear glass on a small bit iron. And here he'll come, attach that to the ornament. Stretch it out and curl it into a hook. And now you're really starting to see the interior color come through a lot more as the piece cools. That Christmas red is showing up really nice. So he'll attach that hook and then into the annealer it goes. Beautiful. Thank you, Todd. Let's hear it for Todd. Way to go. Come on, give the guy some hearts. Give him a few thumbs up. That is a really slick technique. Okay, so let's bring it on back over here. And hey, let us know who's on, where you're from. Say hello. I mean, we saw Michael, I saw Joanna from London. Let's get some more in here. Okay, let's see what we got on the board. We've shown you a cane ball with a flat twist. We've shown you a pickle. We've hidden it, and you found it. We've got a cane ball with filigrana, and Todd just did the snowball design. Next is going to be the elf. We don't have a shelf, and the bottom is rounded, so yours won't fit on a shelf, but you could hang it near a shelf or get a little holder for it. That's a path we don't need to go down, huh? So, Foster, where's our cardboard?
Down here.
Okay. Let's give the folks a good look at the elf. Alrighty, so there's the elf face. We're going to be we do them in green and red. There's been quite a few ordered so far, and we'd love to have more orders. So that's what's up next on our agenda, and Josh is going to make that for us. Okay, and pickles back in place. And just because Suzanne won one doesn't mean that you guys can't order one. She can order anything you see up here. You can even order another of the one-of-a-kinds that you see up here. And while Josh gets ready to do the elf, I'm going to review those really quickly, or as quick as I can, because it takes a little time. Here's a red and white pinkish twist frit. This is blue and teal. There's some gold over and clear over red back there. This is the number 4, the ever popular number 4. So thank you, Kevin. And good to see you from Chickamauga, Norwood, New York. Great. Deerfield, New York. We've got an awful lot of New Yorkers here. That's great. This is known as an optic twist in the ornament pattern. Here is another one with a random trail around it. Here's the snowball shape, but this one isn't actually called a snowball because it's not white, but it is a crackled ornament. Number 9 back here is a diamond optic ornament with holly colors in it. It's sold, but we'll be more than happy to make others. Number 8, kind of out of order, is a white background with twisted frit on top. 10, the same. This is what you just saw, but instead of that beautiful kind of tealish blue, it was a Christmas red in the one Todd just made. Here's another one with a emerald green. And then back here, these guys are made with powdered glass. And the interesting part is, on the number 14 there, the red is the last color to go on. The green and the white are deeper in the piece, and yet they come to the foreground by spreading the red aside. Same thing with the white and blue here. If you're interested in an orb, here's a nice close-up look. Those are $40 each. Here are the diamond optic ornaments. Here's the filigrana and the flat cane twist, and then a variety of twisted forms and also speckles of many colors. Oh, also, don't forget, you can order a shirt. We got shirts for sale. All of this is online, okay? And we'd like to congratulate again Jennifer Fine Kasulev. I think I got that right. She won the stemless wine glasses. Todd, Michael says that the crackle ornaments are fantastic. Ta-da!
That's high praise.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Alrighty, so we got all that going. Todd's still working on more, but I think we got Josh ready to do an elf. And when the color is in the annealer box like that is the only time this elf is on a shelf.
And this is going to be a chunk of red, but we can actually make the cap for the elf any color you want. So we can do purple, blue, whatever color you want. Red? We can do red.
How about green?
Green.
Yeah.
No green. No green. Sorry. We have green.
So I missed it when I came back. What color you got on this one?
It's red.
This is red. Okay. Well, Josh is going to use a really interesting technique on this in order to separate the red glass from the clear. You'll notice on the ones that we showed you on the display that there's a very distinct line between the color glass of the hat and the clear glass of the face. And there's a special way that we get this done. First, Josh has to melt that color in so that it's nice in a uniform shape. And then what he's going to do is blow through it, almost like he did when he made the collar for the cane pickup. There'll be a hole at the end of the piece. But you can see that's not a very symmetrical shape until he rolls it on the marble. He's going to get the shape just like he wants. And he pushed it back toward the pipe some. So it looks kind of like a disc.
Yeah, so that's
It is
not-
a disc.
Yeah, disc.
A really small hockey puck.
Right.
Okay. Now he's going to heat that, and then he's going to blow through it. And at the very end of that color gather, there'll be an opening, a hole. So he's blowing while it's in the glory hole, and that's going to help him push the air through. And you may hear it pop when he does. He wants to do this carefully because he doesn't, there, you saw it, I hope you saw it. He doesn't want to blow it really fast because he doesn't want all the glass inflating, just pushing it out on the end. He'll come back to the bench and grab his jacks. He'll round out that hole a little bit and then contour the exterior of the disc to where it's about the size of the pipe. By using the back of the jacks like a mini barber. We need a mini-me in here.
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking.
A mini me?
Okay, so he's got the color ring on the end. What he's going to do is wait a couple minutes and let this cool some. Then he's going to dip it into the furnace just like that. And one thing he's going to have to do is shortly after he comes out is give it a little bit of air because he doesn't want the color going way up inside that opening. And here's Todd with a beautiful bubble optic ornament. They did that in kind of the same way as he did the crackle piece, as far as 2 layers of color and then blown into the diamond optic mold, and it's gathering after the diamonds are established that give you the bubbles, and you can see the diamond pattern in this beautiful ornament.
I was just practicing this. This was the practice before we
Okay. All right, so Josh is out now, and he's got to get a little bubble in there. We're going to come over to the side and see if we can see it appear. If he doesn't get a little bit of air pushed out into that, then the interior gets filled, and that did it. Okay, so now he's got the red band, he's got the clear below it, and he's got some air started in it. He's using the jacks now not only to cut a neckline to break it away, but also to start leaning it out because we want the conical shape of the elf's hat. So a little more heat here, a little more blowing, some stretching with the jacks, and we'll be on our way. I'd like to again thank everybody for participating in the fundraiser from last week. It was a lot of fun. We were able to give to No Kid Hungry, and you all got some beautiful glasses. We did take a couple orders that were a little bit late because how can you refuse something like that? So if you just placed an order in the last couple of days, your pieces will be on their way very soon. Just used a little bit of centrifugal force to move that out from the pipe some, and now he'll put the jacks into the line and lean out some on it, and that's going to give him the rest of the conical shape, and he'll blow it out. Okay, he's going to blow first.
So this technique is also known as the fading color ring.
Fading color ring, right. So when you do this, say in a larger vase or a piece like that, the color stays in one end or the other. In this particular case, it would probably stay at the top of the piece. We can also do it where we have the faded color. So that little swing right there elongated it, okay? And that's given him the shape of the conical hat. A little bit of air blows it out as much as he needs. And by angling his jacks now, he gets a perfect cone on top. So could we have called these cone heads instead of elves?
There you go.
And then once they get their face, then they're elves.
Okay. All right, so he's got that ready. Josh is going to gear up to draw the face on the elf. and Foster will be flashing the piece in the glory hole. The flash heat is just a momentary warming up just for a few seconds at a time so it doesn't crack. Right now Josh is heating up the stringer a little bit right on the tip so he can get down there. I'm going to see if I can come over here and get a good view of this. Thanks, guys. A little dollop of glass for one eye. And a second eye. The mouth. Alrighty, there's the face, all in one smooth move, or one smooth reheat. There's a couple of moves, nicely done. So now to make sure that that's okay as far as heat goes, and in just a moment, Josh will be putting the hook on it. Yes, Tracy and Heather, we agree. They are adorable. And they can be yours. Just order one. We've got several orders for them. As Josh said, we'll be glad to do other colors. The red and green occurred to us first, but we'll be glad to do a color of your choice on the hat. A little bit of air in it just to keep the shape. Again, not cutting, just chilling. And it taps off. And you can see his face hiding there under the edge of the stand.
Yeah, he's peeking over the top.
Yeah. Okay. Little dollop of glass for the hook. Christmas cone heads. I like that, David. I like that. And here we go. Into the annealer. And there's ornaments. Okay. Let's hear it for Josh and Foster. Hey. Great job, guys. All righty. Wonderful, wonderful. Don't forget, we got gift certificates too. You can give someone a gift certificate, and that way you don't have to pick out the glass. You can order online, artofire.com. Give us a call at 301-253-6642, and any of this can be yours. We won't give you the ones that people have already bought, or in Suzanne's case, won, but we can make many, many more. So, lots of ornaments here, and that was the elf. What's up next, guys?
The bubble optic black.
Okay, Todd is going to do. We're gonna step out of the program here. We're not going to the icicle yet. Todd's going to do the bubble optic, and we'll be able to watch all of it. Over there is a little guy you just saw made. Okay, so you can have any color hat you want. We just started with red and green. We've also got icicles. We've got pickles. We've got ornaments of various shapes and sizes. Well, the sizes are pretty consistent. My bad on that, but we've got a lot of different color patterns in here. We've got canes that are twisted. We've got filigrana, really delicate, like lace work on them. We've got the diamond optics. We've got orbs. All of these are online. Everything here in this front row, though, is one of a kind. And I can see Todd's getting started over there. So I'm going to walk over his way, and we'll see what's going on.
If you walk that way, you wouldn't need talcum powder.
I will walk that way only if I can do it with Aerosmith. It's either Aerosmith or Marty Feldman. One or the other.
Marty Feldman.
Marty Feldman, okay. Had you heard the story that they came up with Walk This Way after watching the movie? Watching the Gene Hackman, Marty Feldman thing and the Walk This Way line? I've heard that. I don't know if it's true. Let's get back to glass blowing though. Todd has the core color, the black in there, and now he's gathering white on the top. Walk like an Egyptian, but that was who? Not the Bangles. Bangles, yeah. Okay. And Steve Martin.
There you go.
I'm not even going to ask what the Gene Hackman movie is.
Young Frankenstein. Oh, Ted Scott's got a good one.
Oh boy.
Instead of
Keep
he's
clean.
got he's got Marty Feldman eyes. You know the song Betty Davis Eyes, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a riff on that.
Okay.
Got to explain it to these young guys, Ted. Okay, so Todd's got the white on there, and it's all melted in now, reshaping, and a little more air. So when you saw him do the snowball with the straight optic mold, he heated things up, and then he dropped it in the mold, and then he crackled it. And what he'll be doing with this is blowing into the diamond mold, which are these over here. Okay. And then after that, once the diamond pattern and its points are established, he'll gather glass over that, and that's what will give him the bubble appearance. And then as he blows it out, the black will come to the foreground. Yes, Antoinette, there's just one coat of white on that. If we made too many coats, it'd be hard for the black to peek through. So by doing the white like that, we leave room for the expansion of the black underneath. Here he goes into the mold.
Uh-oh. And that's how it happens sometimes.
Okay, this happens sometimes. This is known as getting stuck in the diamond optic. And so what happens there is glass goes down, and inside of those molds are a series of little points.
Next.
And the points in there then catch the glass and sometimes don't let you release it. And then we have to take the glass out. Was the white a dense white and a 00 frit? I think Antoinette has done some glass blowing.
Oh,
Is it
she
00?
just knows what I just did.
Huh?
She knows what I just did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
61
it's Gaffer.
or 100. It's
Gaffer.
Gaffer 100 is the number of the color. And it's a 0 frit, not a 00. And what he's doing right now is working on freeing the glass that's down in there, because we can't let it sit in there forever. We wouldn't be able to reuse the pipe mold. So,
Well, I know what I'm doing this afternoon.
yeah, okay. So that's that. Sometimes it happens that way. And so that is that. So let's see, what are we going for, an icicle now? Or what are we doing?
I plan on doing an icicle.
Okay. Yes, Antoinette. After a couple of those questions, I finally figured it out. Okay, so sort of when your cake gets stuck in your bunk pan. Yep, should have used pan. Well, we can't actually coat the inside of the optic mold. The trick with that diamond optic mold is that you blow in really hard, and then you have to actually suck in. You draw the breath back in to free it from the sides, wiggle a little bit, and everybody in here has got stuck one time or another, sometimes multiple times on those things. Okay, so we've had the cane ball with the flat twist. We've had a pickle. We hid the pickle and you found it. We had the cane ball with filigrana, the snowball, and the elf. So who's doing the icicle, guys? Josh doing the icicle? Okay. Alrighty. You doing?
Yeah, Todd's doing the icicle.
Oh, okay. So Todd's got the icicle. So while he's got his first gather of glass and getting things set for that, we'll go back and show you an icicle real quick and then make it back to his marver. There's our icicles. Okay, so that's what's up next. Alrighty. Remember to share. We'd appreciate you sharing your videos, letting others know what you're watching. Helps us too with our viewership. Todd's going into the straight mold now. He's going to blow into that with some lines established in it.
Just a variation of the pickle.
Have any of you ever tried blowing into those intricate 3D glass ornament molds? No? We might try blowing glass wearing 3D glasses, but we've never had a 3D mold.
It's 3D already, man.
Actually, I guess you could say any of the molds we have are three-dimensional, but rather than shaping the pieces, they just put designs in them, right? That's all it does. The ones that make figures, Santa, churches, teddy bears, those are typically done with torch work. There are some people that have some pretty good sized molds that can do it with furnace glass blowing, but it's not really practical in that regard. So you can see that he snipped the ridges on that just kind of like previously. Yes, the hearts are blown into a mold, the large hearts that we have, and Todd makes quite a few of those. And hey, the holiday season has started and it doesn't let up. Valentine's Day is just around the corner. Order your hearts now. Okay. So we've distinguished different types of molds for you before. So we have molds that are what we call optic or dip molds that put a pattern in the glass, and then it's up to the glass blower to create the piece from that. Other molds that we have, and we have just a few of them, are used to pretty much shape the piece. You saw Foster use one when he did the stemless wine glasses. It shaped the piece except for the very end of it. There we go with the icicle. Yes, he did pull the tip. So he's pulled that out. That's what's going to give it the dripping icicle look. And a little bit of swing for some elongation. And we'll probably pull out another mold or something here in a minute just to give you an idea of what we do. But as far as Suzanne's questions about the Santa Clauses and the houses and stuff like that, that's pretty specialized. We do other molds to shape pieces, but let's watch this as he takes it off and puts a hook on it. There's our icicle. We'll have a hook, and you can have one in your window, on your tree. I wouldn't recommend on your car's antenna, but you can hang them from your rear view mirror. They go lots of places. Who doesn't need an icicle on their rear view mirror on those cold winter mornings when your windshield is all frozen? Curl for the hook. And there we are. All right, let's hear it for Todd. Very nice. Okay, so since we got into the weeds there on molds a little bit, hey Foster, you want to give me a hand just a second? We'll just tell people, would you pick up the big cylinder mold there, open it up. We'll just do this real quick, folks. This is a mold that you saw Todd use a couple weeks ago when we did pictures. And this mold, because of the base of it and the two sides on there, that will form a really nice cylinder of about a foot tall. And then all the glass blower has to do is putty it up and finish the top. Okay, and what's in the bucket behind it?
That's the heart.
Is that the heart? Yeah, let's throw in the heart. So, if you're getting ready for Valentine's Day already, you can use this one, which is in a heart shape. Now, it's kind of an upside down heart right here, because it's constricted at the point that the pipe goes in and the glass blower is blowing, and it expands in the lower half of the lobes of the heart.
That's why you have the holes.
There are vent holes there to vent the mold. Josh is going to be letting me know he's going to make a piece, so don't go away yet. Don't go away mad. Don't go away happy. Don't go away. And we got one more to show you right here. And you'll notice, Suzanne, that none of these are shaped like Santa Claus or a house or a tree. But this one is the one that Foster uses to do the stemless wine glasses. You can see the profile of the wine glass has been carved out on the inside. There are vent holes. And by this area right here is where the blowpipe sticks through. And then when it's opened back up after you finish blowing, all that remains is to put a putty on it, and then you open it up. And we're going to do a Patrick.
One for Patrick.
We're doing one for Patrick. Okay. All righty. So, what are we making for Patrick?
We're making Patrick what he's been asking for years. A teardrop, copper ruby, diamond up.
Okay, so stick around. So anyway, I hope that kind of helps you with what we use the molds for.
Copper ruby, diamond optic, teardrop.
Teardrop, okay. Okie doke. So, get this going. How long has Patrick been asking for this?
I don't know.
How old is Patrick?
How long has he been part of the studio?
Yeah.
Probably 4 years, 5 years.
Oh, no, longer.
Oh, longer than that. He probably started asking for it when he first saw the ornaments. At any rate. So, there's how we use molds here in this studio. And this whole collection right here are just putting patterns in the glass. These create patterns in the glass, then it's up to the glass blower to construct the piece using those patterns. The other ones we just showed you for a couple of minutes, those are actually molds that form the shape of the glass. And then, not to belabor the point, but if you are familiar with like the really lightweight hand-painted ornaments that you might see on a tree, like the Santas, the gingerbread houses and stuff, those are blown, and they're quite often blown in just clear glass and then hand painted and fired. Okay. Do we have to shed a tear on this? Oh, okay.
Every piece I made. What's that? Color up? Color up?
All right, so Josh has got his glass gathered up. He's going to shape it into a bit of a cylinder, but let it fall back on itself some. That's the reason he's pointing it up in the air. The glass is getting shorter. This allows the color to actually move out toward the end of the pipe. You see that pushing out from the air pressure. That gives him an even wall thickness. Now he'll put it onto the marver and taper it so that it'll go down in the diamond optic mold. Everybody cross your fingers for Josh. I'm kidding.
Well, this is Ramiro's mold, so if we get stuck, it's not an
Oh, okay.
Just kidding, Ramiro.
Could we pick up blue and white bar chinos to make a Smurf? White blue chips. Yeah, we could probably do a Smurf. It would take a little bit of work. All right, so he's getting this taper right. Very important. I'm going to hold this over the mold for just a second so you can look down into it. And you can see those pins like shark's teeth. And that's what we have to blow into. Now we're going to focus on Josh, and you'll see him draw in, wiggle the pipe, and come out with the diamond pattern. There we go. Ramiro says you get stuck, you buy it. Thank you, Ramiro. All right. So at this point, normally we would just blow this out into a sphere and make our typical diamond optic ornament. But Josh is going to be redirecting the heat and elongating this into a teardrop shape. When we elongate a piece of glass, sometimes, is that mold brass? I believe it's bronze, isn't it?
Bronze, yeah.
Bronze, okay. So, he's getting the diameter up a little bit so he has room to decrease it when he stretches it out. So most of the time when we make a piece, we start out with a sphere a little larger in diameter than what we want the finished product, and then we get right to what we want as it elongates. That's why he's spinning it right now, putting a little bit of airplane propeller action in. You're going to stretch this out from the bottom, and
No, he wanted
he wants, okay.
teardrop. Yeah.
So, here we go, and there's that beautiful diamond pattern. We'll get in close on that. And that's what you get from that diamond optic mold and a hook on it. Okay, beautiful.
Dark copper ruby.
Dark copper ruby, okay. Remember, any of the pieces you've seen here today can be yours. All you got to do is order. You can go online, artoffire.com. Call us at 301-253-6642. And anything you've seen made, even this that is Patrick's, we'll make one just like it for you. Just tell us when you order that you want what he had. Okay, beautiful teardrop. And Patrick says, beautiful job, Josh. That's why you're my favorite. Oh, okay. I take the camera back away from you and I'm not your favorite? Okay. Nice work, guys. All righty. What we got going on here, Todd?
We're going to do the white over black bubble optic.
White over black bubble optic.
We're going to do it again.
Okay, we're doing it again.
We're going to do it right.
And we're glad to see that. Okay. And it is fabulous. Alrighty, so he's got the black color. And I think it was Antoinette that asked about this before. Asked if he'd just gone once through the dense white frit of it's a 0 thickness. And that is in fact what he had and what we'll do. While
Yeah,
he's
for 0, but you have to ask them to give you the graining, not the powder.
Oh.
To get it, you got to specify.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do that for you because they take care of us.
There's a little tip on ordering glass from Gaffer. Gaffer is a company that makes glass, started out in Australia. They have branches in the USA. I believe their glass is all non-leaded. Is that correct? I think they have lead-free glass.
Yeah, I think it's all done for you.
And really well tested. They They check it for compatibility with other glasses. It's a really important issue for glass blowers. If the glass is not compatible, it will actually break or split apart. And by compatibility, it's basically a measure of the ability or the rate at which the glass can expand or contract. Welcome, Ruud. Okay, we got two of our Netherlanders here. All right, we got him and we got Michael. Hope Michael's still on board with us. Todd's shaping this out as he did before. For those of you just joining us, thanks for doing that. Also, we'd like to thank you guys for participating in our fundraiser. It's something that we really enjoy doing, and we appreciate the fact that you guys have supported us in that. You can get gift certificates here by ordering online. Get ready for the holiday season, and we do custom orders. So if there's any of these pieces you've seen today that you would like, even if it's been promised to someone else, we'll make you another one. We wouldn't dare give it to you instead of them. We'd also like to congratulate Jennifer Fine-Koselev, who won our pair of stemless wine glasses last week. And since I read it off of the comments, I can't remember Suzanne's last name, but she found the hidden pickle. And so what we did today was we hid a pickle ornament, and just like children have done for years, then we've had somebody find the pickle, and now it was the giveaway. Todd, Jennifer says she loves to watch you swinging that pipe around. Okay, so he's heating up this glass again. It's going into the diamond mold. He'll blow, then draw in on the glass, wiggle a little, and out he comes, ta-da, with the diamond pattern. Alrighty. There's just a little bit of air in that now, and now he needs to let this cool just a little bit for the pattern to set, and then he'll gather over. So let's take a nice close look here, and you can see the diamond pattern in the glass. The blades are not only straightening, they're chilling a little bit, and when he gathers, those little pockets will trap air, and those will create your bubble optics. Thank you, Tracy. Hope you have a great Thanksgiving too. And we're happy to be part of your Tuesday routine, and hope you can join us again next time. All right, so Todd is using the Sophietta right now to chill it, and you can see the color change a little bit. And then, after he does all of this, he's going to gather. He'll strip glass off, and then we'll see the bubbles form in those pockets. He's stripping the glass off in the furnace, so we have more glass to use. He's got his shears so he can peel a little bit off the tip. He doesn't need all of that. That glass will be recycled. And now, there you go. And you can start to see the bubbles forming and the black showing through. So this is going to give us the lace pattern. It's a bubble optic ornament. It gives a pattern what we call lace. And as he works the piece and expands it, you'll see the glass stretching apart, and the lacing will appear even greater. He goes over to the marber for some gentle shaping, getting a nice cylinder formed up there. And we cool the tip in order to keep it from blowing out too much. A little trapped air, and it expands. As it expands more and more, the white sections will stretch apart more, and you'll see more of the black showing through. You can actually see a lot of that happening right now. You can see the little diamonds of white with the air bubbles in there. And then we get the spherical shape going and even more stretching. So we'll come in for a little closer look there. Beautiful. All right. So the air pressure pushing out pushes the white aside a little bit, gives you the black background coming through. The diamond patterns makes the little squares of white, and then there are bubbles throughout. And again, by holding the iron level, horizontal, Todd's able to make a beautiful sphere out of this. Of course, you can see he has to keep it moving quite a bit because it's hot. But now I'm going to come up a little closer and you can see the pattern formed in there. Another beautiful lace ornament. Thank you, Joanna. We appreciate the comments. A little bit of chilling on the neck, and then the break off. And there's our lace pattern, the bubble optics. Little twist with the tweezers and a hook. And this beauty can be hanging in your house with just a phone call. Alrighty, so let's hear it for Todd. How about some hearts and some thumbs up? Alrighty, beautiful work. Okay. So let's do a quick little recap here, just to review what we had up here. And we've done the cane ball with a flat twist for you, a pickle. We did the filigrana cane, a snowball, elf, icicle, and then Patrick's special teardrop copper ruby. I'm going to review the pieces for you in case you'd like to order one. Call us at 301-253-6642 or go online, artoffire.com, and we'll show you what we got here. So we get the cardboard up here behind the elves, and these are the elves right here. Okay, so you can have all of them for your little workshop at home. Okay, so there's the elves. Next to them are icicles. Here's the pickle ornament. Okay, and we hid the pickle and Suzanne found it. Okay, and then we've got the filigrana, which is the one that has that lace-like tin cane twist in it. Here it is with multiple colors instead of just one in between the lacy twists. Here are the flat cane twists. We have those in lots of colors. Particular one you want, just let us know. All right, we have the diamond optic ornament, and we also have the orbs. Here's kind of a holly pattern up here, some multicolor ornaments. You can see all of this online, artoffire.com. I'm going to review real quickly the one-of-a-kind pieces we have here. They're only one-of-a-kind because they're the only ones that exist right now. But we've got pictures, so even if we've shipped one and you can remember these numbers, then we'll get one to you. Just place an order. So here's number one, and it looks like somebody's bought it since we were last up here. This is a beautiful twisted frit with multiple colors in it. Number two, it's got a red base and then with some gold that's been run through it. We've got the blue and teal twisted frit ornament. This purple right here has a twisted optic design. That's number 5. Looks like number 4 has been sold twice. Right. Only one of them to you, Stacy. First one to you. But if we want to get 6 or 8 people buying that beauty, we'll be making them. Don't worry about that. Number 6, another random trail through the frit. 7 is a crackle finish. This is kind of the same thing as the snowflake, but because it's not white, we don't call it a snowflake. We've got them in white backgrounds with various colors. This is a real nice one kind of reminder of holly colors. Same colors, red, white, and green back here in a beautiful diamond optic, and that's also sold, but don't worry, we can make a couple dozen more if you want them. Here is the snowflake in a couple of different colors. You can order pretty much what you want. Number 11 is sold, but we can make more. 13 is sold also. That's the blue powder over white. And number 14 back there has got the red and the green and the white. And as I said before, amazingly, the red is the last color to go on. The others pop through. So that's pretty much it for what we've done today, what we have on display here. Again, thank you all for participating in the fundraiser with us. It was a great time. And all right, we'll see you next week.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Yep. All righty. Bye-bye.